So thank you very much for having me. Even though I am from Texas, I lived in California for several years. And actually, when I was visiting one time, we were wearing, I was visiting one of my MBA friends, and we were wearing suits. So we went on the back lot for where they were shooting the Batman with Jack Nicholson. And no one stopped us because we were wearing a suit and tie. And no one does that. So they thought we were business executives on the studio. Okay, so first of all, Ceenic is, we're going to talk about a couple things today. And first of all, our mission is to be heard, to be seen, and better decisions. And we're going to talk all about that. But really, our mission is about giving voice. And the four things I'm going to talk about today is I'm going to talk about a story, the needs that we've discovered, our insights, and our solutions. So those are the four things we're going to talk about today in less than or on about 6 minutes. Now, I've been, anyone who knows me, I've been mentoring a young lady who's a student at UT. Very smart. She's African-American Muslim, and she is wonderful. And every time I talk to her, I'm always trying to support her and giving her belief. And then one time and she had told me a couple of times that she feels like she's invisible, and that actually in classes, they would say, why are these Muslims terrorists? And she's sitting right there. Or she's at an event and people walk right in front of her as if she's invisible. So when I was talking to one of my entrepreneurship friends and I was telling about Ceenic, he said, you know, Bill, do you understand what you're doing with Ceenic is what you're doing with Hyatt? I go, what are you talking about? You're trying to help her and support her, making her visible and making her feel better using technology. And I thought he was crazy, but then after I thought about it, he's 100% right. So I am trying to use technology to help people be seen, more visible, and to help other people make better decisions. And we're going to talk about that. So that was my aha moment. Now, we'll talk about our needs. All of these needs in one way or another is something that I am going to address. Everything from having to go to my new future son-in-law says he has to go to meetings, and he has to go to these meetings. Politicians all the time say, they're local politicians, they have no idea how they're doing in the polling because they can't afford a $15,000 or $20,000 poll. Sales executives say, I don't have time to do these reviews and it's twice as hard because they're remote. Venture capitalists I know say, you know, Bill, most of the time I lose money. Really? It's those one or two. If I invest in 10, one or two are going to make money. The other 3 or 4, I'm going to break even. 4 or 5, I'm going to lose money. That doesn't sound really good. This is the one that really kills me. Boy Scouts is located 1 or 2 cities away. I know a middle manager used to work for them. They said, yeah, we dropped the ball on that. So tens of thousands of young boys were molested, and you guys dropped the ball. Really? So those are the things that we're going to address. So what is Ceenic? It's an app, a platform, and a community, as Kristen was saying, and we're going to talk about that. And these are the insights that we found, that there's no one number to precisely and concisely talk about people, that there is no Amazon reviews for people. And whenever you do a survey afterwards, the response rate and the engagement is so much lower. And we'll talk about all those things in 1 minute. So first of all, as far as the one number, every morning when I get up, I try to find out what the weather, what the temperature is and what the forecast is. So I have an understanding how I'm going to dress. Be a t-shirt. I don't know how California is, but Texas can be hot. We get up to 100, 105 degrees sometimes. And using barometric pressure, you can actually determine whether it's going to rain. So there's very concise information that is embedded in that number, of which we want to use for people. Number 2, Amazon. I'm sure most of you have used Amazon, or you know people who have used Amazon. And whenever I look for a product, I always compare the products of what I'm about to buy and competing products. And I know the rating, 4.5 or 5 is really good. I usually, in my algorithm, I usually look at the 4 and the 2s. The 5s are a little bit off, but I also have this algorithm of 5 stars and subtract the 2s, and that's my real number that I'm looking for. So we want to have some type of reviews for people. And there's many areas where this could be useful. And then during, I attend a lot of these Zoom meetings, and afterward, and some of the I attend some of these CIO meetings and these seminars, these 3 or 4 day seminars, and I receive these surveys. I go to a Microsoft event, a learning on Azure, and they send me a survey and say, please fill this out. The return rate on that, if they're lucky, 3%. On average, less than 1%. So if you do something in real time, their information that we receive will be much higher and it will be better because it's actually, and sometimes they ask you, oh, what'd you think about that session on, John Smith when he was talking about artificial intelligence? Did I attend? I don't remember. And what did I think? I don't remember. So 9 times out of 10, I don't return the survey. So as I was saying before, this is a social media platform. And it's going to be very important that this is trusted information, and we have algorithms to help that is persistent and consistent so that you can go on and rate people and have an understanding of individuals. And for example, right now, if you're using my app, you can talk about and you can easily rate. We have these keywords. So for entrepreneurs, if you're seeing my screen, I hope you are, that we have determined by talking to venture capitalists, we talk to human resource people, I talk to a data scientist every other week. These are the areas for companies that hopefully will be a thing. Competitive analysis, how much traction they're getting, scalability, huge. The team, huge. What is their value proposition? What is the size of the market? So you could be rating me right now on these different criteria. What did he talk about? The serviceable market? No, I did not. I should probably be getting a 1. Did I talk about my team? Not yet. I should probably also be getting a 1. And then over time, this information could be categorized, and we can use this to help determine for example, venture capitalists are making 1 or 2 investments that are making their money. We can work on that. And when we were talking before about, is this a social media platform? I also think that there's a lot of, we just went through a pandemic, or we're currently going into a 3rd leg of a pandemic. I think people are hurting. Can I be, for my mentee, I think she's courageous. So many times I've asked her to do something which is beyond her comfort zone, and she is courageous. I would give her 7s. How would she rate me though? I don't know. We can find out. So this is not only a social media app, but this is a way for business. We have also recipes for hiring. We have recipes for reviews. We have recipes for contractors, for mentors. And we've looked at, and this is the thing that has taken us the most time, is trying to determine these recipes. So as we talked about, I have no idea what my time is. We talked about being heard, being seen, and making better decisions. And our launch date will be in about 2 to 3 weeks, God willing, because the Delta variant is really bad in India. And my chief developer, his little 5 or 6-year-old daughter just got a fever. We don't know if it's COVID yet. So these are my asks, and I have no idea what my time is. As Kristen was saying, I want to understand what you think these barriers of usage are. I'm an older person. Social media is not new to me and a little bit foreign. And also if I can get some type of introductions to groups that might use this. So those are my 3 asks. And here's my contact information. And I am going to stop sharing right now. And I have no idea what my time was.